We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Mike Daniels in there to get him for a loss of 5. So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early second down and long. To throw is Cousins. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick-6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. Extra point attempt to follow here. This time, the extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Cousins now on second down. Able to get away. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
To throw is Rodgers. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Eric Kendricks coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Hey, check 26. Gun. Hey, check 26. Hey, Mike. Oko, over here.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Hey. Got three down. Zoom. Yeah, Liz.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's got his target, it's Cobb. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. A first carry now for the rookie from SC. It's Ronald Jones. He stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, check 26. Zoom.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And Crosby puts it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now the Vikings now heading on to the field. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They start the drive with Cook. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Second down, Cousins. Open man here is Conklin. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. Cousins now from the 50. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Perry coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey, receiver. Wide. Receiver.
Third and long for Cousins. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked up by the rookie corner, Jair Alexander. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. It put their defense in a really tough spot.
Jumbo!
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Following the interception, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he's brought down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Josh Jones. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Hey, check 26. Inside. Hey, check 26.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Everson Griffin in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Rodgers to throw on second down. Trying to lay one up deep. And there's the first NFL catch for the Maryland man, DJ Moore. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, check 26. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And out now come the Vikings. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Here's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. The six-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews. And that'll make it third down.
All right, now here we go. Gun. Zebra, zebra, zebra.
Now Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Morgan. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A give. This is Cook. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Let's go.
Of course, last year, you think about Dalvin Cook's injury in Week 4 with a torn ACL, just hoping that he can stay healthy in 2018.
And if so, we'll see plenty of run.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a third and long. Cousins to throw it. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Rodgers now on first down. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10.
got Liz. Liz.
Rodgers now to throw. And he checks this one down to Williams. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a third down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Zoom.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And complete, right side to tight end Rudolph. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following that sparkling display of footwork we saw. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The Vikings on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And a return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. On first down, Rodgers. A dump underneath to Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Rodgers drops it to Jones in the flat. call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Jumbo! Yeah, Liz.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
That's fine, yeah.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. Crosby on now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Now it's the backup Simeon. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Leopard! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the 50, it's Simeon. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. It's Clay Matthews with a pick. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that, he said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw him on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Uncorks one for Davis. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught inside the 15. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Jumbo! 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 Here we go. Hey, check 26.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Eric Kendricks in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Hey, check 26. Yeah, Liz. Come to my work. We want it. Hey, where y'all going? 36. Look at that.
A give to Jones. Jones breaking from the contact. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
Yeah, Liz. Got three. Jumbo! 55. Right there, Liz, 55. J-Mike! Back to north. Hey, 88. No. Off. Hey, check 26. Scat 300. Hey, check 26. Jumbo! Get it.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Uncorks one for Davis. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Mike. Jumbo! Zoom. Look at that.
The give is to Jones. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on 1st down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
Looking deep for Adams. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, and I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%.
Lucky 56.
Here's Simeon now on second down. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11.
Detroit!
From the gun, here's Simeon. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Again, it's Cook. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Throwing on third down, Simeon. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Simeon now 3 out of 5 since taking over as he's given his guys a first down. Out of the gun, Simeon. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And there's the first NFL catch for the Maryland man, DJ Moore. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. DJ Moore, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Packers add on to their lead. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. Around the NFL, third quarter at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 34. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Come on! Wind out. You got 58. 58! Hey, Mike! Tight dog.
Now a play fake here on first down. Being chased out left. Now he's going to throw deep. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His first touchdown of the new season. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Crosby on now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week. You must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This will be 3rd and 5.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Simeon. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. They pitch it out to Cook. And now running right through him. Finding room inside the 40. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking in the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Cook, and he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw is Simeon. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Back now at Lambeau. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. The kick by Carlson is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now the Packers get set to go. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, you know, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Well, Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
26. 555. Box it. 319.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. It's caught outright by Graham. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 39. 2 former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers finding his tight end Graham. Packer first down. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's a give to Jones running left. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Zoom. Go. Hey, check 26. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. I got you, punk.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 55 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Packers continue to roll. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Crosby on now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Simeon on first down. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. They run again on first down. Cook. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now Simeon. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was the prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
And now look at him go. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Packers are pouring it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Josh Jones in on the stop.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On first down, Simeon. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Handoff comes to Cook. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On second down, Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Simeon. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. He can't get him down. And he's got Rome. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Crosby on now to kick it away. And now out comes Minnesota. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On second down, here's Simeon. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Simeon now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Alert! 3 down, 3 down. Gone! 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 Gone!
A shotgun snap for Simeon. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Packers, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-1. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills.
They call a podcast Poppy. Kinkos, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
I be out on a late night, opposite a play fight. See sign break night, this break night. My wristwatch is like a break light. And you can get it right on your gravesite. So tell me something I don't know. $50 pizza when I'm eating in Soho. I heard that you in love with the stuff in your in hate me, they hate me. What should I do? Keep getting money. It's funny, I was just like you. Super Bowl Sunday. With the facts. Security guard told Kevin Hart to relax. Oh!
Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold. Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
I reinvented myself, they sorta hated it. I reinvented myself and upgraded it. Traded in the Jews, copped a couple new ones. Lost a couple friends and got a couple new ones. Upstairs and downstairs, the balcony. These oceanside views, the alchemy. Ain't nothing crazy like the city in the summertime. So when it's winter, I still be on my summer grind.
Handle your business. Handle your business.
Loyal and honor, don't break the bro codes. The more red rose, match with the rose gold. Whoever counted me out, they can't count. Oh!
Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold. Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold. They call a podcast Poppy. Kinkos, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax.
Relax, 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 relax. Oh, relax, relax, relax.